What's good, everybody? This is Y and Z Conversations Between the Generations. I represent Generation Y, which I think we can thoroughly state confidently the greatest generation ever right now. My cohort over there represents Generation Z, Xavier, Lewis. It's been a minute. I had to take a woosah for 1 week because that Tuesday happened. And then in typical Gen Z fashion, forgot, chose not to show up one day. So, how you been, sir?
Hey, bro. I mean, besides that hard hitting Tuesday and some realizations that have been coming along with that, life has been straight, man. I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Happy holidays to everyone again.
That's also another reason why I got to cut you off. That's also another reason why I kind of was glad because I didn't want to hear this man's mouth running about Christmas, and we were like,
Whoa.
like,
See,
I know
I wasn't even going towards Christmas.
I know
I
he's
was
been on it
more
already.
thinking Thanksgiving, like happy
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
you actually recognize Thanksgiving now?
At least for a week, maybe a few days. But all together, oh, it's Christmas time in every city.
Anywho, like, share.
Disneyland doesn't, they don't decorate for Thanksgiving. They decorate for Christmas.
Anywho, like, share, subscribe, YZ The Divide, J Clark 787, the real Xavier and Lewis, the Lewis brand. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because we have been gone, I'm gonna set a timer 5 minutes. 5 minutes to talk about life and that Tuesday. So here we go. Timer. Bam. 0, 0. Ready, say 5 minutes. Here we go.
5 minutes.
Sir, how you feeling?
What is wrong with America? I feel like Bernie Mac sitting in the chair talking, well, America, y'all done did it. Y'all done stuck your foot in your mouth again. But it's all right, though, because I want people to understand on mass scales what this is about to mean. First of all, there's no such thing as brown brothers and sisters anymore. They let us down. Because obviously, more of our Latin brothers and sisters, they just they feel more inclined
Nobody want to be
to
black.
other views other than them thinking that they're colored individuals.
Nobody wants to be black. As long as you are above black people, you think you are right in this world.
And I don't think people are understanding what's about to happen. You have a Republican majority Senate. You have a Republican majority House. You're going to have a sitting Republican president.
Sitting convicted felon, so I get it right.
You have an eyeliner wearing sitting vice president.
Both who have sold themselves out to other parties.
And this is the America we're going to live in for the next 4 years.
My only thing, I'm gonna just say this, and then we can move on. I don't even need the 5. We don't even need the 5 minutes. The story seemed right to be told. The scene was set. The stage. A sister from the uppermost house of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Chapter, Howard University, holding the campaign at how like the scene just was set. And America did what America did. But anyways, we don't even need 5 minutes. I like to keep my job. I'm not gonna try to get in trouble here. We're gonna move on to something more fun here. More than what we usually do. It's Y and Z, the divide conversation between the generations. Shout out to my brother Mel Smith, who on what's this Twitter? Have you left Twitter yet? Side note, have you
Nah, man, I don't think I am gonna leave.
Come on, get out of here. Anyways, my brother Mel Smith made the statement. He said, I've been trying to pinpoint what made decades past feel entirely original and why we aren't able to clearly define a distinctive mode for this decade. Is it the objective or the players? And I'll be real, this is really a kind of a reflection on your generation because this is y'all's era right now. and just has no taste, no flavor, no distinctive qualities.
But yet we're not the game changers yet. Like while we are the consumers, we're still not the ones pushing the needles. If that makes sense. We're still not the decision makers as of yet.
I'll give you that. But what is y'all's flavor? Y'all
That's a problem in itself.
that's that and that is the problem. That is the question he's asking.
But is that an objective? Like, is that like not having a clear objective, or is that because there's just too many wayward players?
Y'all are whack. Point blank, period. Y'all are whack. Y'all come onto the scene thinking y'all know everything and are better than everybody and like to hate on
That's
everybody
because it's
and
what
have just been
they
copying
fed
everything that
us.
have come before.
It's just because it's what they fed us. They led us to believe
Bull.
that we would be the greatest generation because we had all of this access.
And y'all have done
We
nothing
didn't
with it. Y'all have done nothing with it. That's on y'all.
we didn't inflate our own heads to begin with. Now, did we take it out of control?
Whoa. Who inflated y'all's heads? Who?
Ah, please.
Y'all the ones there to do No Child Left Behind for, and clearly some of y'all got left behind.
No,
As
no
evidenced
child left
by
behind.
elections and other things.
No, let's look at them no child left behind years. I clearly believe that might be millennials. There's no child
No.
left behind.
First of all, so No Child Left Behind is Bush, okay? Early 2000s. That's your people in grade school starting to come up.
That's real.
So it is your people.
As a result of your people.
Okay, first of all, as I made the statement earlier, it is clear and cutting out that the millennials are the most intelligent generation we will have, the most knowledgeable generation we will have, the most aware generation we will have.
Most nonchalant generation we'll ever have.
No, that's y'all, because y'all like, oh my god, I stubbed my toe. My mental health is bad for the rest of the decade. I have to stay inside and live in my parents' house.
But no. That's very dramatic.
That's y'all.
Your
That's y'all.
generation is just very nonchalant. Y'all are like, okay, and it's understood. Y'all don't vote. Millennials don't vote.
Boo, boo, boo,
Millennials don't vote.
boo, boo.
Millennials don't let their voice be heard.
Wait. Time out. The generation that built social media is the one that doesn't let its voice be heard. What are you
Not
smoking?
anymore, because we
What are
took
you
it
smoking?
over and y'all like let the little kids get carried away.
First of all, y'all need to be mad at X because X is who's raised y'all, and we know X has their own issues because a lot of them went that way. So if
True.
y'all have beef, y'all are more of a reflection of X. Okay.
This is yes. Okay, let's hone in right there, because I don't think we talk about Generation X enough. If we're being raised by Generation X, we are literally their worst nightmares. If you took all of Generation X, the bad things about them, and put them into one generation, it's us.
You're not helping your case here. Yeah, y'all are bad. Y'all are terrible.
I want to take the blame off of us for being us, though. We haven't reached that level of maturity to be like, okay,
No. Y'all are there now. Y'all are reaching that level of maturity.
no,
To know better and do better.
reaching is one thing. Just give them a couple of years on a mass scale. Just give them a few years.
You cannot go from, let me put on my Gen Z hat and all that we've heard over the past decade. Oh, these boomers, these old timers, they don't know nothing. They so cringe. What are y'all doing? Y'all don't know nothing. So how is it y'all know everything? But then all of a sudden, no, y'all still have to figure it out. No.
Because you can have wisdom and knowledge, but not have understanding, experience.
First of all, we know y'all ain't got the wisdom and knowledge because y'all ask too many dumb questions with all the wisdom and knowledge available to you in your
There
pocket.
are no such things as dumb questions.
Just because all the information sits in your pocket every damn day and y'all don't know how to access it, don't mean that it's actually up here.
They told me there are no such things as dumb questions.
And you believe that shit? See,
I
y'all were the
would
ones
not.
we would be like, nah, there's some dumb questions and you idiots need to shut up. Y'all are the ones, y'all are the ones who just want to
Hey,
put up with everything and anything.
why not? Life is too short.
Okay,
Just ask.
here we go. Because maybe we'll get back to Mel's question. Who knows? Sorry, Mel. I don't know. Um, have you heard of the paradox of tolerance?
Yes,
And it's been brought up a lot because of this election.
I agree.
Y'all are so tolerant and everything. The intolerance is able to take over.
That's not on us.
Not specifically,
Yes, we tolerate a lot,
but
but we're still not the masses.
you're the participation trophy generation.
Yes,
So y'all couldn't tolerate losers.
we can.
No, you
It's
don't.
just that people get their feelings hurt and then go and do irrational things.
And y'all tolerate that.
Hey,
You know what
what
happened?
can you do?
You lost. Sorry, you don't get a trophy. You lost. You want a trophy? Try harder. Do better. Win next time.
Then the next thing you know, we're getting a mass shooting.
No, 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 no,
Yes.
no,
That's exactly
No.
what will happen.
no. You got more mass shootings now with participation trophy people.
No, 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 no.
Come on
Little
now.
Timmy
Come on.
is
Come on.
going home because someone said he's a loser. He's coming back and he's setting the world ablaze.
Because y'all can't take being called losers.
Y'all is a stretch. I always say my particular group from about 99 to 03, 04 maybe, we can take it. We had millennial cousins. We had a direct correlation to, yeah, we were raised by Gen X, but if you ask a few millennials, those older cousins, they were raising us too. And they made sure that we had just a
Y'all
sprinkle.
trying to put the blame on everybody but yourself.
Listen.
Accountability.
That's a sprinkle of verbal abuse, a sprinkle of physical abuse, maybe. And we turned out just fine.
No, y'all.
04 and after.
Okay, so let's get back on track here. So
04 and after are questionable.
what are the things that define your era? And for the sake of this question, let's define it as post 2012.
I mean, let's just say it. Let's just go at it. COVID.
So COVID didn't hit till 2020. What about the
Listen.
previous 8 years?
Great times.
What defined the era?
Obama's second presidency.
I'll give you COVID. Like, yeah, that's been a huge thing.
Ebola.
You got nothing.
Osama bin Laden's death. The rise of YouTube.
YouTube, which is sad. Okay.
Netflix. Streaming services.
And we see how great that's working out.
Listen. Let me see. A greater sense of passive income. You might not like it, but it's true. Post 2012 has been great for individuals to find stardom. Now, keep stardom? Yeah. Find stardom. Yes.
That's because y'all willing to call anybody a star.
Why not?
Because not everybody can be a damn star. Paradox of tolerance, damn it. That's the problem.
Because
y'all are like everybody in the club, and we see that everybody in the club produces nothing special or memorable.
Your generation fed into it though too. Like we were born into things like American Idol, The Voice, X Factor, these reality TV shows that could make anybody a star
and defined an era. They help to define an era.
Exactly. This is what we were born into. So
no, because we started calling stuff trash post 2010 easily. We all saw what it was.
Post 2012, we were still calling things trash.
Right. So
get up in that 2016 era.
You can't.
I mean, I hate saying it. Trump's presidency.
Let me help guide you here. Here's part of the problem: is what really has defined your era so far has been, unfortunately, an unsuccessful new era civil rights social justice movement.
Unsuccessful. I don't think we can know.
Where are we now? Where are we now?
I don't know if we can tell if it's unsuccessful yet.
Unsuccessful, right?
I don't know if we can tell if it's unsuccessful. I think saying unsuccessful is premature.
No, at this point, because of that previous election that we just had, it is unsuccessful.
But I don't think that story is done, though. I don't think that story is written.
It ain't done. But if you want to call the 60s civil rights era movement successful, which it was, and the things it accomplished.
But we didn't really know
what just happened
until the 70s.
No, you knew it was successful once you got the Rights Act passed. That's success right there.
68, 69?
Okay.
Then you can't count that as I mean, yes, it is the 60s. Yes, it is the 60s. But that's still late 60s at best.
Okay. So okay, let's do a little math shifting here to help your approach. Let's call 69 the end, right? So that meant let's give it a 10-year stretch. So from 59 to 69, okay, cool. So here we are. We can easily say this thing started. When do you want to say? You could say it's the election of Obama. You could say it was the death of Trayvon Martin. Let's go there, 2013-ish. We're 11 years now.
But that's not my generation.
We're 11 years now.
Our generation, let's be real. If it's my generation, because 2012, 2013, I'm only 10, 11.
And your generation is clearly now entering high school. You are the youth movement. You are the
10, 11 is not the youth movement.
Gen Z in that time is the youth movement, sir.
No, we are not even in college yet.
Can you do math?
What is Gen Z start with what?
96.
They don't even have it in math. They don't have the numbers. Okay.
96 is y'all are in high school and the early classes going to college. You are the youth movement at this time.
The youth movement starts in college, though.
No.
It never started in high school.
Bruh.
What high schoolers were marching on Washington? It was college students.
I'm sure there were.
But it was mainly college students.
Bruh, why is Gen Z always trying to shift? Y'all are all I'm saying is,
I think as far as like a civil rights, social justice perspective, I think my generation takes the helm with the death of George Floyd. I think that's our starting point. I do. I think for the most part, that's when everyone felt the most impact and decided to, like, this is their first mass thing. Because I feel like, yes, Trayvon Martin is a thing. Don't get me wrong.
Sandra Bland.
But, and this was also my thing too. During the time period, there was someone a week before George Floyd was killed. He got like gunned down by a truck of white men. And I was like, why wasn't this the spark? Never understood in the beginning. I didn't understand why George Floyd was the spark, but ended up being the spark. But that whole George Floyd movement, I'm telling you, I think that was the spark plug for many of Gen Z to join that civil rights, social justice movement that will define our generation.
The failure. It was George Floyd. The failure of it. The failure of it.
Failure. Temporary success.
No.
Temporary success. We were just talking about this before we got on here. we were talking about how, well, I mean, I'm kind of seeing it a little bit, but how these corporations are about to start doing away with these DEI initiatives that they put into place post George Floyd because of upcoming presidencies. Temporary success was everyone, protesting, major corporations, people who weren't speaking out against what happened with George Floyd, all that good stuff. Temporary success. Now we're going to be back in this lull for the next 4, where it's kind of like everything we temporarily succeeded in, we're about to majorly fail in. So that's why I said I don't think we can call the match yet.
I mean, the match you can never
is the opposition.
You can never call the match done.
I think the one in the 60s was called in a great way.
No, because look here, I can play both sides. Because if you think about it, what just happened and what is about to happen and has been happening is the culmination of a 50-year plan or a 50-year plus plan. So in their eyes, the war wasn't called. It was like, okay, yep, we gearing up for the next round, or we gearing up for this round. So it's, in the one hand, no, it's never ever, the match is never ever over until like we just all
life is over.
Life is over. But this chapter,
we taking some L's right now.
It's an L. It is an L. It is right Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. We all were Han Solo, just
This is no lie.
This came back and said, nah.
Bro, this is that ass I'm glad we're making this episode after this. This is Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Your generation is so whack. It provided space for that.
Hey, it ain't our fault Mike needed money. Oh, you can't blame that on us. No.
Yes, Mike, because it is your generation. Money. They're trying to get to buy into this ish.
Mike wanted that money. That ain't on us.
I'm not saying he didn't, but it is your generation. They are trying to get with this ish. And once again, turning into a, hey, it ain't got to be real competition. It ain't got to be a real.
No. Now, we might have the mindset of it doesn't have to be real competition. We might really do have that mindset. Like my generation is a very exhibition generation. It doesn't have to be for really anything. It could just be a float away thingy.
Y'all can't handle real stakes for anything.
But I'll tell you what's not our generation. What also is my generation is like, I don't care if it happens or not. Who cares if we never saw Mike Tyson fight? I didn't care. Yes, Mike Tyson is a legend. I can go back and watch highlights on YouTube.
See, and that's again, that's your problem. Nothing is special to y'all because you have everything. And that access to everything makes nothing special, which is pathetic.
It is, in a sense.
No, period. It is.
No.
Period. Period.
Things are special, yes.
Like
but
what?
Only things that I care about.
Everything
shouldn't be special.
Well, everything wasn't special back then. But I think, okay, I'm glad you said it. So the distinction of it has to be something I care about for it to be special, I think is sad. Because I think part of the beauty is, essentially it relates back to that mainstream concept where there are some things that are special that, I could hardly give a damn about. But it was still special and I could recognize it as such.
Like, honestly, living in New Orleans, I deal with a lot of different people. Like, because, New Orleans is just a very touristy place.
Mm-hmm.
We had some guests at one point. We're staying there about I think the Rolling Stones are in concert. I could have cared less. But it's the Stones. I mean, everybody loves them. Will I ever listen to them play live? No, I don't want to. I don't want to. But do a lot of people regard them as special? Of course. Why not?
I mean, only one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time, and I'm not a huge rock and roll fan, but you got to give respect and credit where it's due, and that's y'all's problem. Y'all like, well, I don't know what that means, or I didn't see it, or I don't care. So it's just not special, which is trash. That's a trash place to experience life from. Because we
It
see ain't much that y'all care about in the first place anyway.
we care about a lot. That is where the misconception is. We have a lot of care to give, which is why our intent, but it's like a lot of divided care because our attention span be this big.
Again,
So we like, I care enough for a 30-second window.
because y'all are trying to sell this. We care about it all.
We do.
Bull.
We
Bull.
do.
Bull. Again,
We do.
paradox of tolerance. Bull. Because if you care about it all, you truly care about nothing. You truly care about nothing if you care about it all.
You make a good point.
So y'all trying this, guys. Again, this BS, guys. Yes, we are so far ahead. We know so much more. We approach life in such a better way than anybody else.
Such an optimistic
We're so
way.
unhappy and we can't stand life. Like y'all are so.
The world was dark and gloom before we came along.
And if you ask anybody else, it's like, nah, Ish was cracking, and y'all the ones who like it's so dark and gloomy now. No, y'all just don't know what the light looks like.
We are the light.
I'm
You
the
know what
light.
the problem is?
I've seen the light.
You know what the problem is? We're LED lights. Y'all are sunlight.
Yeah, y'all fake and crappy and blind people on the road at night. Make it hard for them to see. Whereas we're natural. It's how it's
Gen
supposed
Z.
to feel.
We're LED lights.
Yeah, and nobody wants those anymore. We see that that's not really the direction we should go.
But
it
then
don't
what
feel
happens?
right. It just ain't right.
What happens when there is a nighttime and you still need your LED lights? Because there's no sunlight.
The sunlight's always here, whether you see it or not. It's always there. The sun
Until
is
it
always,
gets dark.
The sun is
And
always
then you
shining.
need us.
No, the sun is always shining. Never forget that.
We need
Always shining.
Z. You need Gen
Always.
Z.
No, we need y'all to get it together.
Y'all are saying this now until Generation Alpha becomes adults.
Here's the thing. Gen Alpha is being raised by who? They gonna
If
be all
Gen
right.
Alpha is
They
truly
gonna be
being
all right,
raised
because
by
we see-
millennials,
Because we've seen
God help us all.
No. And here's why. Because we've seen what your style of being raised leads to. So we
No.
know the old.
Did we
school
really
substance-
though?
Yeah, because we as you
Was it
mentioned,
the
your
lack
older
of
your older
raising?
millennial cousins are looking at y'all like something
Was
wrong.
it the lack of
Mama-
raising?
Mama and daddy and grandma and grandpa ain't treat y'all the same. Y'all got off that.
It was the lack of raising, not necessarily the raising.
Take that up with Gen X. Anyways, we have seen the pitfalls of what leads to y'all. We have seen the work it takes to get to where we are. So we are already instilling in them and trying to change the drive because y'all BS is trying to transfer. It's a fight. Trust me.
But one thing I see commonly amongst many millennials is attempting to find the balance between gentle parenting and what you might have grown up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How many are actually finding the balance?
Well, we're creative. We are creative. I'm gonna go. I was at Afrotech over the last week, and I actually had some conversations with some fathers, and we got on the subject of discipline and stuff like that. You just can't beat them, But and one of them was like, "Oh yeah, I do this," or they go a step further, "I'll do this," and I was like, "Ooh, take notes. I'm gonna add that one to the repertoire. That's some good creativity. We are creative with it.
So
Because
you think
we know you need the discipline, but we can't.
so you
whip that
think
ass.
you think millennials will find the balance in raising the generation?
We are working on it. There are some succeeding and there are some failing.
So
We can
what it
admit that.
sounds like is it's just a broken record at this point.
Oh no,
Clark.
no, sir. No.
Gen Z is gonna come along and perfect
No,
it.
no. 'Cause
That's what I just heard.
Gen Z ain't gonna know how to live on their own.
What?
I mean, you one of the few out here, but there's a lot of Gen Z who don't even know how to live on their own. They still live with
This is
mommy and
true.
daddy.
This is
So
true.
how you gonna raise someone and y'all still scared to step outside the door and see what the world got to offer? Because you're too used to
Very
viewing it
true.
behind your phone. I ain't pulling shots right now. You getting all the smoke? Because yeah, nah. Do you? Does Gen Z even know what it takes to have a kid on purpose?
Oh, please. On, please. I will say this. I don't want to say it earlier. One thing my generation will be known for is an overconsumption of sexual content. It's everywhere, bro. Like
Y'all
I
lonely.
know it was back in the day, but good lord.
That's
I feel like the
Vaseline.
90s was filled
Vaseline,
with
love your
like
your.
I feel like the 90s was filled with like a bunch of soft porn. That's not what the 10s and the 20s will be known for. Hard porn, hardcore porn everywhere.
No, the difference is y'all can just pull it up on a phone.
Right. Therein lies the difference.
You carry it with you all day long.
That's so
This
foolish, bro.
this episode been everywhere. Yeah, Mel, sorry we didn't get to that question like I thought. Might it's Y and Z conversation between the
I mean,
generations.
I think we kind of answered it though, because I say, okay, let's just play with it. At the end of the day, I think regarding the question, I think that it is our objectives more than it is the people. Because before Gen Z or any people knew their purpose as a child or whatever like that, or just a human being in total, we had objectives. And not to take the blame off of us for our own objective that we've lifted, but even the objectives that we were given coming up were always like, oh, you're just going to be this great generation, this great generation. And nobody ever took the time to humble us along the way. And now you just have a bloated up, big headed generation, which is us. And the objectives are off.
That'd be an interesting conversation to get into deeper for another time. So let's put a pin on that. Here's how I responded to his question, and it'll probably open up the doors for another conversation, which unfortunately we're going to just have to put a pin on it and come back to it. I said it's neither. I said boundaries are gone completely for the most part. It is hard to define or capture the essence of something when at this point nothing is contained or constrained by anything,
Wow.
which the game has changed. And this is the point where unfortunately, yeah, it's not y'all's fault. The game changed completely. And maybe maybe we'll see. And once again, it's literally all because of this right
Yeah.
here.
Like we all came into it like, and it's real interesting on y'all side because it's like you were raised one way, but had to learn life a new way because of that thing in your hand.
Not quite. We were raised up along with it.
But not the
That's the millennial. If you ever like, what is the millennial? The millennial generation is
right.
really a bridge because yes, the early parts of us came into the world where computers and technology were really just starting to become mainstream. And then as the generation grows older, the the technology just continues to develop and develop and develop, but at a pace that is with us as we are growing. As you know, that's how it is until when as y'all come around at the explosion of it. But then a good chunk of your generation is okay. It's all here and now. It's all impacting life in a consolidated way. And I think what we're going to do soon, maybe next week for Thanksgiving, I think we'll see.
Yeah.
It's really I want to like all the ways that this changed life. Like we hear
Yeah,
people
let's
talk
do
about it, but
that.
little being able to be like, yeah, this is how we do this. Well, that's how it used to be done. This is how we do this, and just to see like how many things it's taken up. But yeah, it's not
I
all y'all's
mean,
fault, but y'all ain't helping.
but when I say like, I mean something simple that I know is different, just reading. If you ask somebody the last time they actually picked up a physical book,
I mean, I picked up a book this morning.
but most people haven't picked up a book in years, months. A physical paperback, hardback book.
I'll say this and we'll get out of here. I remember second grade when you start to learn cursive writing. and it was hounded that you gotta learn how to write well in cursive
Right.
because by the time you got to middle school,
You was
that's
gonna have
how
to
you,
write.
that's how you were writing all the time. By the time we got to middle school, computers were starting to really, in terms of like a lot of work was starting to be done on computers by the time I was in middle school. And now, did you ever learn how to write cursive?
Second grade.
Second, okay, so you were probably one of the last, but now, yeah, asking somebody to write cursive. When was the last time
And the
you
whole,
actually wrote in cursive?
I mean, I got to all the time because I signed stuff, but
Okay,
other than signage, what?
yeah. So we got some interesting things to get into over the next couple weeks. We'll flesh this out a little bit. We're gonna try and stay positive here, and we'll see what happens, and point out the BSs in life and where Gen Z is just continuing to mess things up for everybody. It's
Hey,
wise.
this is just the story. This is our villain arc. We're just in that era right
No, no,
now.
no, 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 no. Ain't no arc. I don't know if there's redemption
Yes,
because y'all been
this
villains
is
since day.
our villain
Y'all been
arc.
y'all been villains since day one.
No, 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 no,
Villains
no,
since day
no, no,
one.
no, no, no. No. This is gonna be a beautiful story come 20 years from now. You just got to stick with it.
See, now you're gonna make me tell the story. The story is Gen Z is the villain in full effect. The Empire is here. Gen Alpha, the seedings of the millennials, eventually
No, 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 no,
convert them back to the light side of things before they
no.
burn the world down, hopefully.
That is not what it's gonna be.
Anywho, like, share, subscribe, Y and Z The Divide, J Clark 787, The Real Xavier Lewis. We appreciate any time you chose to spend with us, especially when it's a little all over the place like this week, but that's what we're here for. It's just the two generations talking,
Chopping it up.
chopping it up. Sometimes I got to take them to the woodshed. Sometimes I pull the punches. You know, it just, we see. You never know what the energy is, and he had that one coming. Just a little,
Hey, I ain't backing down.
and I
We get
appreciate you, sir.
participation trophies out here.
Peace.